Ruby by Princess Ella McKee. Once there was a knight who was longing for a princess. That knight had a horse named Sally. He would ride her through the night in search of his princess. The princess was an orphan. The knight found a letter the princess wrote. I am longing for a knight to sweep me off my feet. Come into my treehouse. The knight found a treehouse. It was in a big tree. The knight knocked on the door. Hello, princess. Who is it? Knight. Have you come to sweep me off my feet? Yes. I want you to meet my mother. Okay. She stepped out of her door. She wore a beautiful dress. I shall take you on my horse. They rode through the mountains and deserts till they reached the castle. It's beautiful, said the princess. Thanks. The knight rode toward the gate, and the knight took off his helmet. He had green eyes and brown hair. She loved the way he looked. The gates opened. The queen said, Welcome. My son has told me he went in search of a princess he was longing for. Are you her? Yes. The queen wore a long red dress like the Queen of Hearts in the Alice in Wonderland. Come, let me show you to your room. She walked into her new room. There was a canvas on the wall. I love it. You're welcome, said the queen. So when do we get to eat? Said the princess. Soon. Are you hungry? Yes. We have chicken being cooked. We will come get you when it is done, said the queen. There was a pool table next to her bed. The knight asked, Would you like to play? Sure. Where are you from, princess? I don't remember. My mom was with me till she died. We lived in a treehouse. The princess' mom ran away from her home and from her parents and feared they would make her baby princess disappear. The princess has dreams of her past but doesn't remember what she dreamed. She had a kitty named Bob. It was a stuffed animal the princess carried with her wherever she went. Her mom gave it to her. It would play music when she squeezed its paw. The queen came in the room. Dinner is ready, she said. The princess walked to dinner, and after dressing in a silver shimmering long dress to eat in. Dinner is very good, said the princess. The princess went to her dream. Trapped under the bed, the storm fire raged. There was a door under the bed. She crawled through the door and into the garden. She woke up. Her room was full of pics of butterflies. Her day went well. She dreamed. It was her mom. They were coloring in a book, playing with stuffed animals. The princess was about 3 years old. She loved her mom very much. She woke up. Her room was full of dragons. She went to sleep. The princess was in a coma. She would briefly wake up and then fall back asleep. When she woke up, she was in a different room. She was in the hospital unlike any other, and the doctors could not figure out what was wrong with her or how to help. They gave her all sorts of meds, but nothing worked. She was in her own battle, grieving over her mom. The princess was in a room with no doors or windows. There was a figure in the corner. Who are you? Said the princess. A girl trapped like you. How do we get out? You don't. You wait till they say you can get out. She woke up. There were pics of bats on her wall. In the middle of the room was a big ball that they used for stretching. She got up, sat on the ball. The room was empty, except for a bed. The room was empty, except for a bed and the ball. There was a door with a window and a doorbell with a sign that said "Ring for service." The princess pressed the button. The servant came to the door. How may I help you? The princess had no idea where she was or what was going on. Who am I? She said. The servant said, Wait 1 moment, I will get the doctor. The princess collapsed. The doctor came and carried her back on her bed. Her dream. She was outside the locked room that had no windows or doors. She found a secret door, small enough for a child to crawl through. She opened the door. The child was locked. That was locked in, came out crying. Help me. How? Said the princess. I don't know. I keep crying and I can't stop, said the princess. The princess said, Keep crying, I can't stop. The princess said a prayer and read some scriptures to her. She stopped crying. but it was still sad. I lost my mom. They took her away and put me in that room. Let's go find her, said the princess. She woke up. The dog was sitting next to her. How are you feeling? He said to her. Sad, said the princess. What's your name? Said the dog. Princess, she answered. How old are you? Asked the dog. I don't know. Do you have a mirror? Bam! She fell asleep. She was flying on a dragon with a lost child. The child was about 3 years old. Soaring through the clouds, princess and the child searched. I'm thirsty, said the child. The princess commanded the dragon to go down near a stream. The princess got off and cupped her hands in running water. The child let the child drink. Thank you. You're welcome. Where do you think they took her? I don't know, said the princess. The princess spotted something shiny in the river. It was a ring with a red ruby on it. The princess wore it around her neck on the necklace. Let's go for a walk, suggested the princess. She carried the child and walked some ways. The princess woke up. She was alone in the room. Things were still confusing for her, but she was figured out there was two dreams. She would still have to figure out how to put them together. The princess got out of bed and she rang the doorbell. She remembered that part. The servant came. I would like to go for a walk. Let me grab the nurse. She went back to her bed and waited. The nurse came to the room. Let's go. The nurse took her hand. My name is Stella, said the nurse. Said the nurse. They walked out of the room. There were pics on the wall of animals, dogs, cats, dragons, bats. It was hard for her to walk because she was in bed all the time and does not get exercise. Who am I? Asked the princess. I can't answer that. Only you can, said Stella. I've discovered there are two dreams, but when I wake up, I don't know how to put it together. That's progress. The princess felt her knees buckle, and she collapsed. The princess was with the child. The ring on her necklace. The princess swore. She sat by a tree. All of a sudden, there was a dinging noise coming from the ring. What is that noise? Asked the princess. The ruby. The princess examined the ring. There was a button underneath the ruby. She pressed it. Hello? This is the princess. Mother, is anyone there? Yes, it's the princess. I have the child with me. Goodness, you found her. Mom, where are you? I don't know. I'm in a colorful room with no doors or windows. I think I know where that is, said the princess. There was a war going on between the two kingdoms. The mother has held captive on the enemy territory. They found out where she holds this powerful secret. They took her daughter and took away and said they would not return her until she gave up the secret. Her mother had dark skin and brown hair. She loved wearing makeup, but had none on now. The princess got up and rode on the dragon to where she found the child and princess, found the kingdom, where her mom was kept. The castle was all black. There was no doors on the outside. She flew down, landed near the door, only the child. Her name was Belle. Belle, I need you to go and find your mom. I will find you later. Okay, I can be brave. Bam! The princess woke up. The walls were black, and she was in a bed with pink sheets. She got up and walked to the door. Hello, princess. Hi. Do I have a ruby ring? The man was amazed. One moment, I will get it. The man was amazed because the princess was getting her memory back. The man back with the ring. The man came back with the ring. The princess examined the ring. There was no one button underneath the ruby. Strange, she thought. Where's the mother and child? Asked the princess. You are the mother. She was astonished and confused. She blacked out. She was back at the castle. The child went through the door, and the princess got on the dragon and flew around, keeping an eye on Belle with her X-ray vision. Belle. She crawled around the tunnel till she found the mom through a window that only the child could see her mom. Belle banged on the window. Mom, Belle yelled, but she could not hear her. Someone came into the room. Belle could not hear what was being said. Her mother started to crying. Belle wanted to give her mom a hug so bad. Bam! The princess woke up. She rang the doorbell and asked for the doctor. She told the doctor everything she dreamed about. The doctor took notes. If I'm the mother, where is my child? Asked the princess. You are not ready to see her yet, answered the doc. Okay, can I ask her name? No. The princess started to cry. Why? Things take time, said the doctor. She went back to her bed and prayed. She fell asleep after drinking the shake. Now that the princess knew where her mom was, she had to figure out a way to get her out. The princess examined the castle and laid out. The princess examined the castle layout. The princess found an opening that fit her size. She flew down the opening. It was tall enough so that she did not have to crawl through. She took her ring and placed it in the keyhole that it fit. She opened the door. Her mother was there. The princess showed the ring to the mother. The mother ran towards the door and hugged the princess. The princess opened the small door where Belle was hiding. Belle and her mother embraced. She woke up. She told the doctor her dream. You may now see your child, Belle, said the doctor. The child came into the room. Mom, how are you? Good. How are you, Belle? You know my name? Yes, it was in my dream. Belle smiled. She spent some time with Belle, then this time she fell asleep on her own, the dream. All three of them rode on a dragon and flew on to the peaceful kingdom. When they arrived the queen was there. Oh, good, you made it back, the queen said relieved. Hurry, come in, said the queen. I have some news from the Dark Kingdom. They are searching for the mother. Now it is time to reveal the powerful secret, said the queen. I have a gift of talking to spirits. I want to use it for good, but they want to use it for evil, said the mother. And what of Belle? Has she any gifts? Asked the queen. She can see the spirits. Okay, we don't want to start a war, but it looks like the kingdom does. They stayed up all night planning defenses. The princess woke up. There was a man next to her bed. Are you the knight from my dream? I don't know. Tell me about him. Well, you look like him. He's brave. He rescued me from my treehouse. All sounds like me, said the man. What's your name? Asked the princess. Knight. You're him, she exclaimed. There was a box on the night table stand, the kind that the rings had in them. The knight proposed. The princess said yes. The princess healed. She chose to stay in the dream where she was in the hospital, only that wasn't a dream. The princess returned to her family and lived for the rest of her days in peace. The end.